Rest, sit down. When I do training tours, when I do international tours or guided tours, most of the time we spend sitting on the motorcycle because we're relaxing, we're touring. We stand when things get exciting. If I'm sitting on the back seat, on the back of the motorcycle, my arms are stretched out and my weight is more towards the back of the bike. That's going to make the front of the bike feel less stable and steer more. By moving forward on the saddle and sitting all the way up against the tank, that helps shift your weight towards the front. It gives it a slight bias towards the front wheel that makes the bike feel a lot more stable, and it'll respond much quicker as well and more proper the way it's designed to respond. Off-road, I don't really care what's happening in the back, at least not a lot. I really care about what's happening in the front. Most of the time, I want to have a bias towards the front wheel, which means if I can get forward over the bike, not just sitting up next to the gas tank, I can still stretch my arms out and this would be improper. I can move forward up over the front of the steering axis on the bike. That forward motion helps get some of my mass up and over that front tire. That provides more traction and makes the bike more stable. The additional advantage of moving forward on the bike is also the movement left, right, forward, and back, which means if I'm in a position where my elbows are running roughly a 90-degree bend, that's going to allow me to absorb bumps coming into me and also allow me to extend as things drop out underneath me. When we're on high traction off-road surfaces, hard pack gravel, hard pack dirt, dry days, we tend to lean with the motorcycle because the traction's very high and it starts feeling like it's the same as being on pavement. The problem is if we start to slide and I'm leaning into the corner with the motorcycle, if I lean in that direction, the back or the wheels, if they slip, they're going to slip out and away from me. And that means recovering is almost non-existent. The bike's going to slip out from underneath me, I land on the ground. If instead I let the bike roll underneath me, that means that if this bike moves this direction, I'm already outside of the motorcycle. So now the motorcycle is moving into me. And that gives me a much, much better chance of recovery. If I go into the corner and I lean into the corner, I want to make sure that I look down, I can see that traction right there on the ground. If that bike leans into the corner and I can't see where that tire is touching, I'm leaning in with the bike.